How to solve proportional reasoning problems. There are a number of ways of solving problems involving the proportion of one quantity to another, but see if this method helps with setting out your working. In this problem, we are given information about the number of shirts and their cost. We know the less shirts, the lower the cost, and the more shirts, the greater the cost. This means that there is a direct relationship between the number of shirts and their cost. Our first step is to find the cost of one shirt. We do this by dividing by the number of shirts we started with, in this case 15. To maintain the equivalence of the left-hand side to the right-hand side of our calculation, we also divide the right-hand side by 15 as well. This tells us that one shirt costs $12. We want to work out the cost of 8 shirts. So our next step is to multiply by 8. Again, to maintain the equivalence, we need to do this to both sides. This tells us that 8 shirts will cost $96. You can use this as a way of finding the multiplier for any conversion. First, you calculate the conversion for a single unit, in this case what one shirt costs. We sometimes call this unitary method. You then use the multiplier to complete the conversion. In this case, we multiplied both sides by 8 to find the cost of 8 shirts. If you're particularly confident, you can solve this type of problem in one step. First, we divided by 15 to find the cost of one shirt, then we multiplied by 8. We can represent this as the fraction 8/15. So we can now simply multiply both the left and right-hand side values by this fraction. And as you can see, we arrive at the same answer, but this time in a single step. In this video, we have considered problems where one quantity increases at the same time as another. We call this direct proportion. Consider how you might adapt this method to solve problems where one quantity decreases as the other increases. We call this inverse proportion.